Well, Gary, very good to hear from Jude Bellingham. He speaks very well, very maturely. He's done an awful lot in his career already.
Yeah, Mark, one of the things over the last 12 to 18 months is that suggested that he doesn't like doing interviews, and that's one of the things that maybe has sort of irked his teammates at times. But look, it's not me to advise Jude Bellingham. When he speaks, he speaks beautifully, he speaks with confidence, he's got stature, he's a big game player. I think when he speaks, he's probably going to make his other teammates feel better because of the way in which he projects himself. So, look, it's great to see him. It was a great goal he scored, and he's a big game player. And, look, there's doubts sometimes about these young lads and whether they've got potential to go the whole way, but he is absolutely fantastic as a football player.
Authority and authenticity, doesn't he?
Yeah, of course. And again, he's a big player, big expectation. And there's a reason there's a big expectation, because they can produce. They've got the belief, the confidence that again he sport well there. And it is nice to see maybe another side to these players, because there's a lot of PR around him and social media. So it's nice to see him. And again, he stepped up to the plate today. That's the most important thing.
Well, my question at the beginning was, if England are going to go far, then either they're going to have a superstar or the elite players all have to play very well at the same time. If they're going to go far, Keane and Bellingham have to play really well. I think that's fairly self-evident.
I think that is, yeah. And what we saw is that, again, in this game, they both stepped up, and I'm sure that when the games get tougher, they'll do that again. But at the same time, I'll go with Gary. We've got to make sure that we are funneling it into those two, because they will deliver. They both will deliver. And I think, watching us today offensively was really good to watch. So it's a long time since I've seen an England team going forward with that much gusto, and it was brilliant. It's brilliant that we beat them like we did. I wouldn't say that Croatia were as great as we thought they might have been with their experience, their warriorship, but the fact is, we beat them, and we beat them quite comfortably in the end.
Yeah, and they scored, when you think of it, a tough international match, yes, they scored 4, could have been 7 or 8.
Yes.
They missed some really great chances, so it's not bad going.
Well, also, I think for people watching at home, because whoever they're supporting at home, they want to see lots of flowing football and some excitement. And as I said, I think at half-time, Messi got a hat-trick, Mbappe got 2, they looked the business, Haaland got 2, England have scored 4 goals. This is what we want on a broader scale, isn't it?
And it was probably tough on England waiting for their game to kick off, and they're seeing all that. So you could feel it before the game, and obviously we heard at half-time there was tension in the groove, which is only natural. So again, to turn out, we all watch football matches, we love team shape, we like tactics, we want to see goals, we want to see entertainment. And England provided that today.
You know what? Sorry, Gal, you want to say? Go on,
No, you go.
No, I was going to say, when you're younger and you watch the World Cup, you always want to watch that main player from that country and what he does. And the names you've mentioned there, they've all done something. So for all those young kids watching, they'll have seen their top guys do something. That'll make them really excited about the World Cup.
That's what I was just going to say. My first World Cup watching was '82, and it made me dream. Brian Robson scoring that goal against France. And there's a kid there that's been watching, thousands of kids have been watching their first World Cup tonight. English fans, and they'll be feeling like the World Cup has just begun and we're making them dream. It's magic. It is magic football sometimes.
Just didn't score in 27 seconds like Brian Robson, that's all. But we'll let them off, I think. Because, it's going to be such a long World Cup. You said it would have been hard for England to have to wait that long.
Yeah.
But at least they've got that out of the way. If they do progress, it's going to be 4 games in a very short space of time, which feeds back even more to this business of the whole squad, isn't it, as well? And if you're Morgan Rogers you're thinking, well, Jude Bellingham probably is going to start, but I just have to be ready to play my part, because it will happen.
Exactly, and what we've seen is that they will get an opportunity. You see, like someone like Bukayo Saka, Noni Madueke got his chance today, came up with something for us. Bukayo Saka came on and set up a goal. Rashford came on, Marcus Rashford came on and scored a goal. People will get a chance off the bench, because it's going to be long, and we're going to need everybody, and everybody has to be ready.
Who's impressed? I'm not talking about England now, I'm talking about the World Cup. Who's impressed you most so far, country-wise?
Well, obviously, you look at the way Argentina, Messi's up and running. You'd be impressed today for England. Spain had a little bit of setback. But again, I try not to overanalyse after the first game. There'll be ups and downs along the way.
France,
of course, the key is France, of course, the usual stuff. But, of course, the key is peaking at the right time.
Yes.
The way France played, the way Elise... we saw Patrick Vieira, who's with us this morning. He was like, the way Elise played as well, Gary, you're thinking... defensively, you would have to be absolutely on it when you're playing France like that.
Look, we just talked about England running forward with speed and with electricity, and you watch those French forwards when they go forward, Elise and Mbappe and Dembele, all of them, they're unbelievable, honestly. The speed they've got in that attack is frightening, but we've got players who can run forward quickly. Rodgers, Rashford, Gordon, Saka, Madueke, Bellingham. I'm not saying they're all the same level as the players I've mentioned for France, but I'll tell you what, they'll cause massive problems for defences.
It's the World Cup, Gal. We're supposed to see top players frightening other people. we're frightening people now, I think, with what we've just shown as well. We're amongst that lot, Cal.
You know who else is very happy, don't you? The Boston pub owners. They've got 2 Scotland games and 1 England game.
Wow.
They have had the biggest touch of the World Cup, I think. It's absolutely phenomenal what's happened there.
Yeah.
So England go to Boston next to play Ghana, and we're going to have Scotland's game against Morocco on Friday in Boston as well. So that's going to be absolutely fantastic. We really hope to hear from Thomas Tuchel before we start thinking about the Ghana-Panama game, but at the moment the German hasn't come to see us just yet, so we will try and do that when it happens. OK, so from Croatia's point of view, does it feel like the sort of game that with Modric you go, maybe the time, well, obviously the time is near, but the time has come?
Yeah, most definitely, I think, at this level. Particularly against a brilliant team like England, who are over-animal in midfield. But don't be writing them off for this competition, because the last 2 games, on paper, look games Croatia are more than capable of winning, and let's not be writing them off yet over the next few weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. Because they did actually, at 3-2, there was just 10 minutes, wasn't there, where England got dropped deeper and deeper and deeper, and you're thinking, don't invite them on too much,
No,
England.
but Mark, that's what I was saying about you're going to have to, at points in games for 10, 15, 20 minutes, soak up some pressure and be good at soaking up pressure and then counter-attack off it. So, look, England have got to play 2 or 3 different ways to get through the entirety of this tournament.
Thomas Tuchel is there now. Here he is with Gabriel.
Well done. Breathless, brilliant at times. How do you sum it up?
Good second half, good reaction. I think first half was a bit complicated for us. I felt it's a bit nervy, and the decisions we took, they were basically we choose to go safe and play too many balls backwards. We struggled to find the rhythm, didn't have the confidence to go through the gaps and find a rhythm with some short passes and then the switch of play. And just saw a statistic of 33% ground duels won in the first half and 73 in the second half. So even off the ball, I felt us not brave enough, not committed enough together. And I love the reaction of the players into the second half. And second half was excellent. We deserved to win, but it was emotional, a lot of emotions involved, and it took us a while to get going, but we did get going, and that's positive.
Harry Kane and Jude Bellingham have both paid due credit to what you said at half-time. Harry Kane called it a speech. It made a big difference.
Just reinforce. I just said, like, even if we, I said, even if we lose, it will not change my perception of the last 17 days. But let's do it our way. Let's do it our way. We're too focused on the result. We're too focused on protecting what we anyway don't have at the moment. And the second goal was just an example. We were 7. I think we were a back 7, and we didn't defend the goal. So why to be a back 7 if we anyway? So if something happens, if the result doesn't go our way, we want to play this match the way we want to and the way we were together for 17 days. And I just tried to encourage them to go for it.
You certainly did. You went for Jude Bellingham to start. He's rewarded that, hasn't he, with a wonderful goal and performance. A tournament player.
Not a very good player. He deserves to start, and that's what he needs to do. He needs to then fight for his place, to keep his place. That's what he did. It was good.
And how do you view this then, Thomas, as a start? Declan Rice has said he's okay. We hope others are okay. How do you view this then as a start?
Let's see. I hope they are okay, because normally I would never take Declan out, but I didn't want to take any risk. And I think the reaction, like I said, was excellent. The effort was enormous, because we lost. We were not very clean when we won balls with the first and the second touch after a ball win. We were we were not clean enough. We lost a lot of these moments, and then you work a lot to. A ball loss after a ball win is maybe the most tiring thing you can have. We have a lot of them, so we are exhausted. But don't get me wrong, I love exhausted players in the dressing room, and I think we needed this. This is a strong opponent. It's pressure. It's the first game in the tournament. We got our win, so today there's only positives, and tomorrow and day after tomorrow we fix all the other stuff.
Thank you. Well done.
Thanks.
Well, Joel is our stat man par excellence. He's just said it's England's first 4-2 win in the World Cup since...
Probably 66. I had a feeling we'd mention that at some stage.
Thank you very much.
People would talk about the defensive side of what happened in the first half. I thought they did surprise us a bit with the way they pressed us. But I can't remember a time where England have gone forward so well, played so well, and looked so dangerous. And that's why I'm more focused on. We can always work on the defensive side of it, but yeah, of course, then you've got guys on the bench who know that they're going to come on and they've got a part to play. But yeah, that was tough. That was hard work to watch, man, for a bit. I was nervous, bro.
You have to find different ways to play. It's not just going to be one style of play. We'll see the Spanish and the French. Sometimes it will be about sitting in, and England look at threat. Sometimes it's about control. We know the importance of set piece, the depth of the squad. And also I enjoyed about England today, there were runners in behind.
Yes.
I think that what about the Croatian lads, we talk, their experience is one of their strengths, but it can be their weakness, especially when England are full of energy and pace, and they ran all over them, and they won the midfield battle, which is always key.
Gary, runners in behind, playing on the counter. The third goal sort of summed it up, didn't they?
At half-time.
Oh, hang on, before we do that, sorry, here's Harry Kane with Gabriel Clark.
Harry, well done. Breathless, nervous at times, brilliant at others. How do you sum up?
Yeah, I thought a game of two halves, really. I thought first half we was okay. Really disappointed to concede in the way we did, the way we dropped off. And credit to the manager. The manager gave us a speech at half-time just to say, look, if we lose, we lose. We lose in our way. And I think you saw that, how the way we come out in the second half, we went full gas. And they couldn't live with it. And that's the level we have to set for every game. So credit to everyone. The first game of the tournament, a great result against a tough side.
Anthony Barry told us at half-time it was confused and complicated. So what did the manager release? What did he say?
Yeah, I just think without the ball, we went a little bit more aggressive. It was difficult. They got great players, you know, when Luca's dropping in and you're trying to figure out who to pick up. But in the second half, we felt like, let's just go. If we see a man in front, we go. And just the intensity we went at, I think that's our biggest strength. So we're going to have to use that more this tournament.
Is that the template? Is that the level now you've set? And higher, maybe, that sort of early part in the second half?
That second half, for sure. And even the way we controlled the game, you know, once we went ahead, we never really looked like we was in danger. We controlled possession well, and then obviously scored on the counter-attack, which you can do in these type of games. So we had a spell there, first 20 minutes, where we could have scored 3 or 4. But in the end, you know, it's 3 points on the board and a great start.
And Jude Bellingham at tournament level again, like you, can be good. What it matters.
Yeah, great goal, great run, great finish. But you can see the desire from Jude. You know, you can see it in training. The competition we have in the place is high level. So whoever plays, everyone is ready. And you saw Jude is, was itching to get out there. And what a fantastic goal.
Sweet Caroline is already playing. Well done. Thank you, Harry.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
That's a neat euphemism. The manager gave us a speech.
That's it was a rocket. You know, they'd been blasted at half-time. We saw Anthony Barry, the assistant coach's interview, where he was really forceful on them. He was punchy. They weren't happy. They've come out really aggressive at the start of the second half. I mean, the Jude Bellingham argument is over. We spent the last 3 or 4 months, right? You've been at sort of the forefront of this about whether it's Jude Bellingham or Morgan Rogers. We can't be disrespectful to Morgan Rogers because he's a really good player, but Jude Bellingham is the absolute top player. We've got fantastic players in Bellingham and Kane up top. If the other 8 just play around them and feed them, they will win us football matches, and they've done that today.
And we were saying this just before we went to Harry Kane here, Ian. England have got runners, they've got pace, and as Royce just said, people who want to run in beyond, and here's a perfect example.
Brilliant play from us, the way we played out. You know, Emma done it brilliantly on a chalkboard. Emma done brilliantly showing us this, but like the fact is, it's the movement and the one touch and the ball in the back. I thought I was getting in the way there, but like obviously the defender Roy's not happy with the defender running away from Jude. But honestly, Jude, you know, I can't believe people doubted him. I'm just so pleased that once again he's proved to the doubters what he is. You know what I mean? What he is, and he is a top player, he's a superstar.
And there was a lot of nervous energy around him, and maybe they needed to get to the half-time, just have that breather. Again, we talk about what you do in terms of possession, but it's really important, like Harry Kane said. And then sometimes a manager needs to remind players, it's what you do out of possession.
Yeah.
And as good as Bellingham was in possession, his work rate was fantastic. Second half, we've seen him make a lot of great tackles running back, and that can lift players in a different way.